My name is Nigel Dobson and I'm a sculptor from Canberra, and this piece is called Shōgun. So this work, Shōgun, was conceived in 2020 and I had started making it, and then because of the delay for a couple of years I just sort of was working on it slowly. So I would sort of look at it and think about it more and more over 2 years, and it's slightly changed from its original concept. Originally it was going to have an extra set of arms in the middle disc, but after looking at it and thinking about it for a while, I don't think it needed it. So I've just left it as its current form. I'm very happy with the way this work was sided, and sort of the blue against the orange rust is a great contrast. And I think because it's sort of a tunnel, a wind tunnel, there was the idea that maybe the wind would sort of activate the sculpture turning as well. So when I was coming up with the concept and submitting it to Sculpture by the Sea, I was working on the drawing, but I was also reading a book called Shōgun at the same time, and I hadn't had a title for my work, and that just seemed appropriate to name it Shōgun. And through doing so, I've felt like it's given a whole other dimension, because people see the work and then see the title and then create their own links. Whether they're intentional or not, they can't help them from drawing their own preconceived ideas about either Japan or what Shōgun means to them, along with the work. So I enjoy that part about it too. The visual style I've landed on and I've been sort of developing through the last couple of years has sort of been informed by the sort of Soviet monuments in Eastern Europe that were created sort of in the 50s, 60s and 70s. And that's quite an angular style. And through using Corten sheets and my method of cutting and welding them, that naturally just lends itself to being quite angular itself. So mixing those two elements, I've sort of landed on my own visual language. And so I'm sort of trying to develop that as I go and trying to push it into, I guess, each sculpture, trying to push it to places that I haven't yet, and then through that tell the story that I want to tell in the sculpture. The work that I normally make is usually about 2.5 meters tall, and this work is about 3.5 meters tall. So it's a bit taller than I normally would work with. But because the elements piece together and stack together, it has given me the option of making it larger than I normally would, because I can work on the pieces individually, and then just when the sculpture's going together and I have a machine to help me put it together, allows me to make it taller than I normally would. So that's how I've come to having a work this large. Yeah, come down to Sculpture by the Sea and check out all the artworks and look at Shōgun from all different angles, maybe give it a spin and see what you think.